Well, we're out there in YouTube land, and welcome to Damien's Reviews. So tonight, we're doing a regular beer review. We're going to be doing the classic Old Milwaukee beer. Alright, so before we dive in, I want to just say this can is pretty cool. It's a very unique can. It's got like a very vintage 70s, 80s thing going on here, and it's pretty cool. But anyway, so Old Milwaukee. It was introduced back in 1955 and it was Schlitz's answer to Anheuser-Busch's Busch beer that came out in the introduction of the budget beer market. Well, that was their response. And sadly, Old Milwaukee, just not what it used to be. Like, don't see any commercials for it anymore. You never see any advertising for it anymore. The brand just kind of sells itself just by virtue of its name, and it seems like it's dying. You never really see it anymore. Like, I got a great deal on a 12 pack in Virginia. I picked it up at a Shell station in Glade Spring, Virginia for what was it after tax? I think it was like $7.89 after tax. So pick up like three 12 packs so you make your own like 36 pack, the extended brick. That'd come out to about $23 and some odd cents for a 36 pack. Pretty good deal nowadays. So the website on Google says it's 5.55% ABV, but there's no official Old Milwaukee website, as in, like, when you go to see the history of the beer, its specifications, ingredients, etc., etc., but there's an Old Milwaukee store, tell me, and it's 145 calories. There also is an Old Milwaukee Light, which I was able to find that, so next time I'm up that way, I'm picking up a 12 pack of Old Milwaukee Light, do a review of that. There's an Old Milwaukee Ice. Good luck finding it because it's pretty rare. You're hardly ever going to see it. And lastly, this beer has changed many hands throughout the years. It was originally introduced by Schlitz in 1955, then Stroh's acquired it in 1982, then Pabst acquired it in 1999. It's still technically a Pabst brand. So, yeah, that's the rundown of Old Milwaukee. Let's go and crack this bad boy open and get in the review. But man, the aesthetics of the can. I just kind of want to rant about the aesthetics of the can, but it's not a can review, it's an actual beer review. So, see what it has to offer. Pour up here in the squat glass. Okay, so we have a thin to medium head, crystal clear. Uh, Depending on the light, it's like dark straw, medium gold color. So let's go with the aroma. Hmm. So Old Milwaukee has a very peculiar aroma to it. You can tell it's beer, but it's balanced beer. I think I was reading somewhere that it was designed to be a nice, well-rounded beer. That's why it has a not overly prominent malt aroma, not really a prominent grain aroma or prominent bready aroma or prominent hop aroma. It's just it has all the aspects of an American style beer, but it's balanced. Yeah, it's sweet, grainy. Definitely detect some malt. Definitely bready, white bread crust. And surprisingly, it actually does have a relatively decent hop aroma for this particular style of beer. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Cheers. Taste follows the nose. So up front, sweet, grainy. and in the middle, bready. In the end, it's got a good hop bite. But two things you notice about Old Milwaukee, besides the fact of it being so balanced, it's very dry and it's snappy. So it's like when you take a sip, here's how it goes: sweet, grainy, bready, hop, done. Just like that. Get one more time. Sweet, grainy, bready, hoppy, done. That's exactly what Old Milwaukee's like. Very crisp, snappy presentation and finish. But man, is it dry. When it's done, it basically dries up in your mouth to nothingness. But is it bad? No, absolutely not. It's peculiar, it's different, but to finish it all up, very crisp, clean, and refreshing. Super dry, and the drinkability is superb. So the body and mouthfeel, here's where it's peculiar. So you get a light and somewhat watery body to it, but in the flavor and in the mouthfeel, it's light and somewhat leaning light to medium, which is peculiar. But I do like that very snappy presentation, that snappy character, the nice, well-rounded character with this beer. Plus the price, like I said, $7.89 for a 12 pack. Excellent deal these days. All things considered, how would I rate it? Well, I do like it. I kind of prefer this over PBR, but that's just my personal opinion. And I think in the American lager category, it is an excellent representation of the style. Stands out in its own way and it is unique, so I gotta give it a 95 out of 100. Nice, solid, middle of the road A. It's a shame that this beer is dying and you don't really see any advertisements for it and it just kind of sells itself on the name. But maybe we'll see it make a comeback one day. PBR was on the verge of dying and it made a comeback, so who knows, this might. So as always, y'all have an excellent one and cheers. And drink Old Milwaukee beer.